Hey everybody, Alan with Rolling Through History here. I wanted to give you a quick rundown of how to basically just do a day's travel and how it's going to work, and a few of the easier ways to play it, a few of the more creative ways you can do it as well. So here's our progress tracker. This is going to be very important for your narrator. And this is your, flip it around so they can see it. This is going to be how many days it has taken you to get to that point. So this is actual how far you get. This is how long it's taking you. Okay. So on our progress tracker, let's say we have one of our players takes their 20-sided dice, a D20, and they're going to roll this to see how good or how bad their day is. Okay. So one person rolls the dice for the whole group. You can kind of alternate between who gets to roll. We usually just take turns whenever we play. So they'll roll the dice, and we get an 18, which means they're going to have a better day. And if you come back here a little bit, you have a nice little layout of what the rolls mean. So an 18 is actually a very good day. So they can get some sort of extra days travel, or they can find something good for them. Now, if you come back one more page, you have a quick roll idea sheet here. And what you do with this is you find the number that they rolled. So we are over in this area because that's a good roll. And then you can take one of these as a narrator. Grab one real quick. There it is. You take an 8-sided dice as the narrator. This is kind of how it will help you pick. So you can either go off of this list or come up with something creative. But if you want to use this way, you just take this dice, you roll it, and we got a 1 there, so it'll just be the very first thing on this list. And so that is, let me read it because I can't read upside down very well. So basically that would mean that some sort of food resource, a deer or a wild animal walks out in front of them, they can take the opportunity to try and get that to help their food supply. Now, if they had a bad day, let's say when they rolled, they got something like a 1 or a 2, then you could just come over here to this part and you can see, roll 1 or 4, roll that same 4, you get a 4, you come down to the roll of 4, and it's a wolf attack. And so that's basically going to be a helpful guide for you. If some people, they aren't creative, some people are creative. Sometimes you just get into a rut using the same stuff over and over again, and this will really help you if you need to figure that out. So let's say off that first roll, they had I think it was an 18. So they had a good day's travel. Now, if you want to work in a way where they gain a half day's travel or something like that, you can. But for this, we'll just say they got a full day's travel. You'll come over here and you'll mark 1 day off. The X means 1 day. A slash means it's a half day. You can't move to the next day until you get a full one. So what I mean by that is the second roll we had was a 1. And let's say they lost a half day's travel. You'll mark a half day. And then they can't move to the next one until you get another half day at least. Or if you get a full day, then you just go to there. Every single day, doesn't matter if they had a good day, bad day, does not matter. They come over here, or you as the narrator will, and you'll mark off 1 day. They have to get there. If we come to this side of the page here, they have to get there before September 27th, or else they start running into bad weather rolls. And then they have to be done with the game by the 12th of October, or else the game just kind of ends because they would be trapped in the mountains in snow. Gives you a full description of what happens there. And that's pretty much it, except for every single time your player characters will have to mark off 1 day of food. So if they have 11 days of food, you would come in, you'd have them erase it, and they would mark it down to 10 days of food now. If they killed an animal and they got an extra 4 days of food and they had 11, once again, you'd mark that off and replace it with a 15 if they got 5 days or 4 days, however you need to add it up. And then their inventory is only going to change if they pick something up or if they have to use something like a wagon wheel. Then their progress tracker, if they get a full day's of travel, you're going to go with 1. You can keep going all the way down this if you want to, or you can erase and redo it every time. Say they started 1. All right, we've completed another day's travel. Or say you get a half day's travel. You had 1 day, you can just go like backwards writing, like that. Real simple to kind of follow along with, real easy for you guys to take care of. In general, with your rolls, ones, something bad happens, and it's a scale of 1 to 20, right? 10s are kind of in the middle, 20s up high, I mean something really good happens and you should reward that. Ones are real bad, something bad happens. So this kind of lays it all out for you, and it's real easy to follow. As long as you follow the guide, you'll have no problem. We'll see you in the next one.